You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6:30.
Time to take a look at the top local stories of the day. It is day 6 of the Brent Christensen trial. His former girlfriend took the stand and said over the course of their relationship, Christensen became a different man than the one she thought she knew. Christensen, of course, is charged with kidnapping and killing Ying Zhang 2 years ago.
A teenager charged with sexually assaulting a 3-year-old girl pleaded not guilty today. Investigators say 16-year-old David Culp gave the child a sexually transmitted infection. He admitted that during an interview with police. Culp is charged as an adult.
The Macon County coroners ruled the drowning death of a teenager with autism was an accident. Dominic Walker was missing for 6 days before his body was found at Dreamland Lake in Decatur. The coroner's jury heard testimony from a family member and a juvenile detective. After years of discussion, the fate of a massive development was decided in a matter of minutes.
The Douglas County Board voted to approve the construction of the Harvest Ridge Wind Farm. WCIA 3's Emily Braun live in our newsroom. And Emily, this affects a lot of people even beyond Douglas County.
It definitely does, Jennifer. In fact, the boardroom this morning was standing room only. It was packed with people both for and against the wind farm in Douglas County. And within minutes, the vote to allow EDP Renewables to build a wind farm between Newman and Murdoch passed, with 5 voting yes, 1 abstaining, and Bibby Appleby voting no.
All I care about is our earth.
Bibby Appleby is the one board member who shared the voice of everyone in town who put these signs up in their front yards because they don't want EDP Renewables to stick the wind farm in their backyard.
I don't even see how a farmer could really farm around that. So, and my question is what if one of the blades falls off in the middle of growing season?
But there are many people who believe these winds of change are for the best.
In the end of the day, we had enough willing landowners, more than 100 landowners who signed up, about 10,000 acres of land to participate in the project.
Amy Kurt with EDP Renewables says they're only taking 95 acres of farmland for this farm. It's a 200-megawatt project. About 48 wind turbines will provide energy to this substation, which can power 70,000 homes. And energy isn't the only thing it will produce.
Every megawatt of electricity that we will be producing is generating taxes to help pay for important public services.
$2.4 million of tax revenue in just the first year. For that reason, County Board Chairman Don Munson says,
sure, why not? Right now, Douglas County could use money. We're like everybody else.
Munson told us the county took time to draft a strict ordinance so the wind farm's construction would not disrupt the county's infrastructure. For example, there's an agreement to redo these roads before construction equipment can come through.
As long as the wind people demonstrate that they're good neighbors, fine. I welcome them.
Appleby worries that won't be the case, so she still stood up to it, even when she knew she'd be standing alone.
I voted my conscience, and I'm happy with myself.
Now that the vote has passed, EDP Renewables says things will be moving quickly. The goal is for the wind farm to be done by December, so it can start up by the beginning of next year. Live in the newsroom, Emily Braun, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Better get started on that road. All right, thank you so much, Emily. Now, EDP Renewables also gave us a breakdown of how the tax revenue will be split, which public services and schools will benefit from it, and how much they'll get. To see that, just go to our website, WCIA.com. Danville City Council voted down a solar farm. Aqua Illinois wanted the council to vote again on rezoning for the proposed farm on West Fairchild. In order to take another vote, the council had to suspend a city council rule from 1993. They didn't have enough votes to do that, so no solar farm there.
The council did vote yes to allow city workers to live outside city limits. They'll have to live within 5 miles of the city, though. That includes department heads. Workers will have to pay $300 for the city portion of property taxes and the public safety pension fee. Downtown Paxton may be getting a makeover in the future, but present business owners are upset about too many semis rolling through Market Street.
People are worried the trucks may tear up their new roads. WCIA 3's Andy Olson gets to the bottom of things.
Downtown Paxton has a strict no-through trucks policy. But yet, business owners and shoppers have still reported seeing handfuls break that law. Some blame too small of signs. Town shops just want what's best for their customers.
As a business owner, anything that you're doing in downtown that's not guest friendly or hospitable as it can be is going to deter business in some way or another.
When semi-truck drivers want to get to Paxton, they get off Interstate 57 and come to this intersection over my shoulder. Now what they're supposed to do is make a right down Patton Road here, but some of them go straight into downtown Paxton because of something as simple as their phone told them to.
I know they've had their issues with the GPS stuff, but that's all stuff that the state can fix. So it's time to fix that, especially with us, repaving our roads. Once that's done, we really don't want to tear it up all over again.
That road repaving is part of a more than $1 million project for downtown Paxton that will see 4 blocks of new street. Paxton Mayor Bill Ingold wants to keep the semis out before the improvements.
You can see when they stop, they actually stop and they actually ruffle up the road, if you will, and makes it bumpy and stuff like that. And if we're going to spend that kind of money, I don't want that happening, and we just need to keep trucks on a truck route and out of our downtown.
In Paxton, Andy Olson, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
The city repaving project will be done by December of next year, which gives officials a deadline to solve the problem. Now, the mayor says the city is already taking steps to discourage tractor trailers by buying and placing bigger signs at Market and Patton. The intersection is the only route semis have to enter the city.
Here's an update. Night work on the Bradley Bridge started at the beginning of the month. And those traveling on I-57 between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. might be moving even more slowly. Crews are removing beams from under the bridge, as you can see in these pictures. Because they're coming down, state police have to do rolling roadblocks. That means they'll pull out into traffic when they're coming down to make sure you aren't under the bridge. Now, you can expect delays tomorrow and possibly a couple days next week. Some streets in Decatur are set for repairs. The city council approved almost $2 million for work on over 3 miles of city streets with a vote of 6-0. A bid had been approved with the Dunn Company. The road works mostly funded by the city's motor fuel tax. The project should be completed in September.
Better days ahead. If you're in our town, Tilton, it may just be.
Plus, some major rain this afternoon across the area. Kevin's back in to let us know if that's going to continue.